All right, so this is gonna be me talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney Plus. I know I'm a little bit late. I think they're on like episode 3 or something, or 4 or something. But this is just gonna be me talking about the first episode because I just watched it a couple hours ago. Uh, I saw the trailers; they looked all right, but ultimately I was like, this show is pretty pointless. I mean, he sits on that fucking dirt planet and waits for Luke to, become an adult so that he can train him. I mean, I don't really know what else you really needed to add to that, but whatever. Uh, I'll give it a chance. The Inquisitors are a new thing for me because I didn't play that game that came out a couple years ago. I didn't play that. I'm pretty sure they're in that, and I didn't watch Rebels because I didn't care to watch Rebels. So that whole thing where like there's Inquisitors and people are hunting down the Jedi, that's new for me. So I was like, I'll check that out. That could be interesting. Um, and then I don't know. I liked Mandalorian, so there's always the chance that it might be good. But then I didn't like Boba Fett. I only got to episode 5, and then it turned into Mandalorian. I was like, wait, okay, so you guys clearly didn't care, didn't know what you were doing, and the show was already a mess before that. But whatever. I'm watching this. It starts off with a recap of the prequels, mainly Episode 3, and you even get a new scene, an Order 66 scene where some younglings are getting attacked by some clones in the Jedi Temple. Somehow, I guess they didn't hear the commotion going on because they're just like freely doing little movements and things like that, and then they get attacked. I guess they were training at night. Okay, whatever. I don't know how the Jedi Temple works. I guess. um, um, right off the bat, I was like, this is a little too shaky, and also the choreography for the Jedi Master taking them on didn't really work that well. So the shaky start, but whatever. Then you get the Inquisitors, and I actually really like that scene. The new character, the black actress, I think her name is Moses Ingram. I think she's been getting a lot of hate and stuff like that, which obviously is awful. And I saw her, and I was like, she's actually not that bad. Like I thought she was pretty good, and I thought that scene was all right. The Inquisitor scenes, I think, are the best parts of this episode. Like, because they're tense, right? The idea that Jedi's have to either essentially die or put themselves at risk to help people, or just watch them be tortured or die to keep them secret. I like that, right? And when she throws I'm pretty sure she did. She threw a knife at somebody and he stopped it with the force and ran off, right? Where like he just couldn't take it anymore. I like that. I like that dynamic. I think it adds a lot to the show. Then you see Obi-Wan. He's working at some meatpacking place. I assume Ben Kenobi didn't work in A New Hope. Maybe by that point he's collecting unemployment. I don't know. It was kind of weird to see him just like casually working. I was like, oh, I guess maybe he did have to get a job to pay for like food and stuff. I guess. I guess that makes sense. Right off the bat, Ewan McGregor, amazing. Still, he feels like a young Ben Kenobi. He's so good playing. Because they have him kind of like being broken and kind of hopeless, even though he's most likely hopeful because he has to, he's putting his hope in the future, in training Luke eventually. But yeah, he's kind of broken here, and I think he plays it really well. I think his performance is gonna consistently be one of the best parts, not only of the prequels but of this show. Then I think after that, I'm trying to remember everything that happened. Well, he is watching Luke, and he even leaves him a toy, which I thought was really nice. Nice little detail that he's still kind of looking out for him, rather than just protecting him. He's also, he kind of feels somewhat of a familial bond with him, kind of because he's Anakin's son. So I like that. And he even has an interaction with Owen later on as a result of that I thought was great, right? Like fantastic, right? That's one of the main things I would expect from a show like this is some kind of tension between uh, Ben Kenobi and Obi-Wan with Owen, because Owen wants him to just kind of stay on the farm. And I thought that was great.
Is he okay?
You don't care if he's okay. You care if he's showing.
It's my responsibility, Owen.
Well, I'm his uncle.
We talked about this. When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
Where the show lost me is is Leia. I was like, okay, it's cool to see Leia, and I like the actress that they got playing her. That is Vivian Lyra Blair. I thought she was really good. But right off the bat, I was like, this is supposed to be a 10-year-old. She sounds like 6. Like she's overly precocious, like most children are in movies that are like really, really young. And then she doesn't even have all her teeth. It's like, okay. And then when you see her run later on, like a toddler, like, okay, she's supposed to be 10. She doesn't seem 10 to me. But other than that, I thought her performance was good. But I see Alderaan, and I'm like, Alderaan does not look good, right? It looks like a screensaver. Like the mountains look fake. I was like, all right, whatever. But she has a kind of nice moment with Bail Organa that was kind of emotional. And then also she kind of has this interaction with a cousin, and she kind of like completely, gets onto him, like makes him look like an idiot. And I was thinking, is she using the force in this situation? Like, is she sensing this about her cousin and kind of putting him down, or is it just intuition? I thought maybe it could be some force sensitivities showing there, which could be interesting. So I like that. But her running through the woods with this music that makes it feel like a whole nother fantasy series. The woods looks like it's just the woods on Earth. It doesn't even look like it's on another planet or on Alderaan at all. They have stunt casting where they have the guy that plays bass from the Red Hot Chili Peppers just there. It's like, why are you doing this? Like, it worked for Bill Burr, but it didn't work with Thundercat, even though I like Thundercat. I like his music. In Book of Boba Fett, so why are you doing that again? Like, and a musician again too. Like right after Thundercat was like one of the worst performances in Boba Fett. I was like, I don't know why you guys are doing that, but whatever. They have that point where the guy from the Red Hot Chili Peppers and that group, they kidnap Leia. It's awful. It was going all over the place in social media. I was like, there's no way. This is embarrassing. She's running in a way that's so slow, like, and it's so obvious that they're like, whoa, 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 to keep them from catching her. And they end up catching her anyway. So it's like, why don't you just grab her right then? Like, why do you have this fucking ridiculous chase scene? It's fucking awful. So that didn't work. But when the episode really truly lost me to the point where I was like getting mad, apparently Obi-Wan still keeps communication. Like he has a communicator there. And after Leia gets kidnapped, Bail Organa goes out of his way to put not only Obi-Wan but Luke Skywalker also in jeopardy by trying to get Obi-Wan to leave the planet to save Leia. He could have asked anybody else, and Luke and Obi-Wan could be safe and stay on Tatooine. But he had to ask Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan has to go get his lightsaber, and he has to go do all this other shit. And he even brandishes it for a second so that the audience can see it, knowing good and well he should be hiding it. He's even wearing something that kind of looks like a Jedi robe. Like, why would he be doing that? I was like, really? He's just gonna leave the planet? And earlier on in the episode, I didn't even say Uncle Owen. It was right after he talked to Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan watched him get threatened by Reva, a lightsaber right up to his throat. Like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna go to the farm, kill you and your family. So, of all times for you to leave Tatooine, I knew he was probably going to leave Tatooine because it's a TV show. He has to have something to do, which is why this show already feels kind of pointless because he should be staying on Tatooine. But the way that it happens, like for him to just leave at such a point where Luke's life legitimately could be in jeopardy because of the Inquisitors on the planet. It's just like, what the fuck are we doing? Why would you do that? It's so stupid. It was making me mad. I was like, why? I was like, so this whole show is gonna be him going to save Leia or hanging out with Leia. I think they do kind of interact at a certain point. I was like, what are you doing? Like the continuity of Star Wars is always so malleable. It's whatever you want to happen at that time as it keeps changing hands and stuff like that. Even George Lucas didn't give two shits about certain continuity in his movies. And it's like, come on, like when Princess Leia did that little transmission or whatever to put in R2D2. It's like, you fought with my father in the Clone Wars and stuff like that. And it's like that gave me the idea that she's never actually met him, that she only knows of him from her father. But no, apparently I guess they will know each other when he ends up saving her. It's like, and they will interact. It's like, what the fuck? It pisses me off. It really does, man. Because this is so pointless. And then you're going to have him fight Darth Vader at a certain point, too. And it's like, well, shit, I thought Darth Vader and Obi-Wan hadn't seen each other since since Mustafar, at least since they fought before he became Darth Vader. But no, they're gonna fight at some point in this fucking show. And it's like, why? You're fucking up the It's one thing to fuck up with your own Star Wars shit, but why are you fucking up the continuity of shit that came that happened already established canon? I don't like that. Just so that you can, make some money, just so you can throw some content out there. It's like, fuck. And then you got Leia running around with that little toy or whatever it is that's so obviously to sell toys. That was my problem with Grogu. Grogu literally looks like a toy, right? Oh my god. I mean, yeah, George did it, or they did it before Disney with the Ewoks, and I like the Ewoks though. But they have overloaded it since Disney has gotten it. They're like, oh shit, this is kind of what we do. We got the Porgs, we got BB-8, we got those fucking Crystal Foxes or whatever. We got Grogu, now we got this fucking droid toy. uh, yeah. There's nobody else you could have gotten to go after Leia, right? There's nobody else. It's been 10 years. Obi-Wan hasn't used his lightsaber, hasn't done shit. It's been buried. He buried his lightsabers. Even though in A New Hope, he's got the lightsabers right there in his hut. Why did he bury them? I don't understand. The plan itself already didn't make much sense because Vera's Ariva. Is it Vera or Riva? I think it's Riva. She kidnaps Bail Organa's kid because the idea is after 10 years of him hiding and him knowing that his life is in jeopardy the minute he comes out of hiding, we can get him if we kidnap the daughter of the friend that he hasn't seen in a decade. All right. I mean, but I can't really say anything because it worked. It worked. He grabbed his lightsaber and he's getting off world. He's getting off planet so he can go save her. Whatever. I don't like it. I don't like where it's going. I don't like it. It feels pointless. His ass should he should sit his ass on that fucking planet in the sand and wait for Luke to turn a certain age until the thing with Princess Leia happens. And then they have to go, obviously save Princess Leia. That should happen. That should be it. You keep adding all this bullshit for what? Anyway, at least if he stayed on Tatooine, I'd feel better about it. Like where he has to fight the Inquisitors or whatever on Tatooine. I'd feel better about it. It's the fact that he's leaving Luke defenseless when the whole point is him being there so that he can train him in the future. Yeah. Are we gonna get a Yoda show where Yoda leaves Dagobah so he can fucking fight the Emperor again? It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, that's it. There's certain parts of the episode that I like. Owen, talking with Obi-Wan and stuff like that. The Inquisitors, which is it's crazy. It's kind of crazy that one of the best things or most interesting things about this show is something that people are actually complaining about simply because one of them's black. That's crazy to me. Whatever. That's Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 1. I didn't like it, and I don't like where it's going. But anyway, that's it.